At the Ukrainian Catholic National Shrine of the Holy Family, worshippers think of their country's struggles. Trump and Zelensky's recent Oval Office meeting brought strong reactions, with many worried about Ukraine's future and support.
It is embarrassing to think that Trump is so short-sighted in thinking about United States foreign policy.
One Ukrainian woman disagrees with J.D. Vance's claim that Ukraine is ungrateful for U.S. support, saying the country has consistently shown appreciation.
I mean, just in one Google search away, you would have seen that Zelensky had thanked had thanked Americans and American taxpayers 93 times before that meeting.
For the Ukrainians at the church, faith is a source of strength, offering comfort and resilience as they hold on to hope for a lasting and meaningful peace in their country.
We want peace that is lasting, we want peace that is durable, and we want peace that allows us freedom to be, live our culture, live our religious freedom.
As U.S. and Ukrainian officials prepare to have talks in Saudi Arabia, the world is watching closely. Reporting from Washington, D.C., this is Tavon Thomasson. As the humanitarian crisis deepens in Gaza, the Museum of Palestinian People is offering something different, a space to reflect, learn, and humanize the headlines.
What called the curator towards this exhibit specifically is to showcase Gaza in a way that is different than what we are seeing on the news. So in a way that kind of gives them humanity.
From old black and white photos to powerful modern artwork, the exhibit shows that Gaza is more than just what we see on the news. It's a place with real people, real stories, and real struggles. Staff hope visitors leave not feeling sorry, but ready to stand in support.
Compel them to take on more action, whether that's showing up in the streets for protests, whether that's calling or emailing their senators, or joining an organization.
The exhibit, titled Gaza Remains a Story, runs through early November. Staff say it's meant to create a safe space where difficult conversations can happen and where Palestinian identity can be seen in full color.
Display, and it shows different photography, black and white, from the 50s all the way into the 90s. It is to kind of break the cycle of, hey, these are human beings, they have a life.
As the world continues to wait for new diplomatic efforts to ease the crisis in Gaza, the Museum of Palestinian People plans to host special dialogue events amid this ongoing exhibit. Reporting from Washington, D.C., this is Tavon Thomasson. From the outside, Pure Panic Comic and Games look like any other shop on the block. But inside is one of the few places where analog storytelling still thrives, a space that regulars say feels less like a store and more like a community built for them.
It's definitely welcoming just to know everyone around you has the same interests. You could ask any questions and not feel like it's too dumb of a question. It's welcoming. I don't know too many other nerd spaces outside of comic book shops, so being able to find a local one and just peruse through without anyone kind of rushing you along is a nice experience to have.
For longtime comic book fan Nelly, part of the appeal of physical comics comes down to something digital comics just can't match.
You lose a lot not being able to flip through your scrolling, whether that be from how the art presents itself on the page or just being able to say, I own this. You lose that a lot with digital.
Even as video rental and record stores disappear, comic shops remain resilient. And in this year, they've seen a boost. Comic Hub data shows comic sales in 2025 are 27% higher than they were at this point last year. Co-owner Grady Page says a big part of that comes from the community that forms inside the shop.
You can download comics now, so it's but you lose the specialness of being in a comic book store and debating over whether the Hulk could beat Superman or something like that. There's just a kind of a community experience in that I think people are missing. That I think that's a lot of what keeps us in business, keeps other stores like us in business.
And that experience goes beyond the debates. Page's store, like many others, gives customers plenty of reasons to stay. Pure Panic is also a game store with arcade cabinets, board games, and trading cards sharing the space with comics. Over time, that mix of fandoms have turned the shop into a social space all of its own.
The Pokemon community, they're good people and very supportive of the store, and yeah, it's interesting how that they'll develop a social scene at the store, and then the comic people will develop a social scene at the store, and then those will kind of interact with each other. Yeah.
According to Paige, maintaining strong relationships with customers, it will help shops like his stay open.
For us, we just try to maintain our community of our customer base and sell things people like. That's all you can do, really.
Even as consumer and consumption habits continue to trend more digitally, comics and comic book shops like this one continue to showcase the value of analog media, not just as a media, but also the community that can come along with it. Reporting from Panic Comics, this is Tavon Thomasson.